today we're going to be talking about have versus have got. Okay, so both of these are pretty much the same thing, only that have we use a little bit more in American English, and have got we use a little bit more in British English. It means the same thing, but we have different grammar rules. So let's look at them. First of all, we have to understand that have is an irregular verb. We use base form have for the subjects I, we, they, and you. But for he, she, and it, we use the verb has. Okay? So for third person, we will use has. I have, we have, they have, you have. But he has, she has, it has. Okay? So for I, we, they, and you, we use the verb have. But for he, she, and it, we use the verb has, which is the same, but only for third person. It's like drive, drives, cook, cooks, okay? So let's go on to this have side, which is a little bit more American. For an affirmative statement, I would say, I have a dog, he has a cat. So we have the subject, in this case, I and he. Then we put have or has. For I, we use have, and for he, we use has. And then the thing, in this case, a dog or a cat. So this part is pretty simple. Subject, the verb, and the complement, the thing. For negative, we use the auxiliary do and does, okay? Remember that do we use for these same subjects right here. I do not, we do not, they do not, you do not. He does not, she does not, it does not. Okay, so we use the auxiliaries. In this case, we have I. For I, we use auxiliary don't. I do not, or I don't, contraction. I don't have a cat. And remember that whenever we have auxiliary, my verb will be in base form. Here I have he has a cat, but here since I have the auxiliary doesn't, does not, my verb will stay in base form have. Even though I'm talking about he, I'm not going to use has. Why? Because I have an auxiliary verb. Whenever we have an auxiliary verb, we use the base form of the verb. So here, he doesn't have. So negative, it would be I don't have, we don't have, they don't have, you don't have, he doesn't have, she doesn't have, it doesn't have. Okay? So I don't have a cat, he doesn't have a dog. Now, for the yes or no questions, it would be, do you have a dog? The answer would be, yes, I do. No, I don't. So here we start with the auxiliary. It's auxiliary, subject, verb, complement. Same thing here. Auxiliary, does, subject, he, verb, have in base form, obviously, and then the complement. So here, it's subject, verb, complement. Subject, negative auxiliary, do not or does not, verb, complement. And here, first the auxiliary do or does, subject, verb in base form, and complement. Do you have a dog? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Does he have a cat? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Good? Great. Okay, so let's go on to this more British side. It is very similar, but we will see some differences. In this American side, we have, I have a dog. Over here, I have got a dog. The only difference we're seeing so far is the word got. I have a dog, I have got a dog. It means the same thing, but here, can I say I got a dog? No, I have to say complete have got. They're like friends or like boyfriend and girlfriend. They have to be together. I have got a dog, and for third person he, we're going to say he has got a dog. Okay. In this side, we're not going to use auxiliary do or does, okay? So here, no auxiliary do or does. So we have, for example, I have not got a dog. Sorry, I have not got a cat. We're going to put the negative after have. Over here, I have I don't have a cat, auxiliary, like we would in simple present. Here, I have not got a cat. He has not got a dog. So we're going to put the word not between have and got. So it would be I have not got, he has not got, she has not got, it has not got, you have not got, we have not got. Okay? And then the complement. Here we can make a contraction. Have not, we could say the word haven't. So contraction, I haven't, or he hasn't. Okay? If you want to use it complete, or if you want to use contraction, that's totally up to you. Okay? So I have not got a cat. He has not got a dog. Think of this like having got, they're like a boyfriend and a girlfriend. So when they're together, like here they are together, they're kind of like happy. They're positive, okay? They're affirmative, they're positive when they're together. But sometimes in a relationship, we let certain negativity get in between us. So when we are negative in a relationship, this negativity will separate us, okay? So here, not is separating have with got. Not, the negativity is in the middle, okay? Have not got, has not got, okay? Now here for questions, we begin with the verb have or has. It will be my first word. I'm not going to use an auxiliary, so I'm not going to begin with do or does. I'm going to begin with the verb. It's going to be the verb, have or has, subject, and got. Have I got, have you got, have we got, have they got, has he got, has she got, has it got, and then the complement. So in this case, have you got a dog? And the short answer would be yes, I have. No, I haven't. On this side, we had yes, I do, or no, I don't. But here we're going to answer with have or haven't. Same as here. Has he got a cat? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Okay? So going back to the concept of this being like a little relationship, sometimes in a relationship, you have doubts, you have questions. Most of the times when you start to ask questions about your relationship is because you let somebody in between you. Let's say a subject, okay? So when you let a subject between you and your loved one, you're going to start to have questions, okay? So if you understand present simple and the rules, this side is pretty simple. We're just following basic present simple rules. On this side, we just have to remember when we have affirmative, we're going to keep together have and got or has got, the verb plus got. In negative, we're going to separate with not. And for questions, we will separate it with the subject, and my verb will be the first word in the question. Great? Perfect. Hola, hoy vamos a hablar sobre have versus have got. Ok, estas dos cosas son lo mismo, lo usamos para las mismas situaciones. Es el verbo del tener, pero la diferencia es que este es un poco más americano, mientras que el have got es un poco más británico. Pueden usar el que más se les facilite, pero sí es necesario que sepamos de los dos, por si lo llegan a escuchar, pues no se saquen de onda, ¿va? Bueno, para empezar tenemos que saber I have, we have, they have, you have. Usamos el verbo have para I, we, they y you. Y para he, she, it, vamos a usar has. He has, she has, it has. ¿Ok? Entonces, I have, we have, they have, you have, she has, it has, and he has. ¿Ok? Es como el presente simple. I cook, he cooks. We eat, she eats. ¿Ok? So have and has. Ok, empecemos de este lado. Es muy sencillo. Empezamos con el sujeto. En este caso tengo I y aquí tengo he. Después mi verbo del have o has. Para I usamos have y para he usamos has. Entonces I have, he has. Y ya la cosita. I have a dog. Yo tengo un perro. He has a cat. Él tiene un gato. ¿Ok? Entonces aquí, sujeto. El verbo ya sea have o has, dependiendo del sujeto. Y ya el complemento, la cosa que tiene. Negativo, vamos a usar los auxiliares del presente simple. Es necesario que sepan usar el presente simple, el do y el does. Para negativo, en presente simple usamos I do not, we do not, he does not, she does not, you do not, they do not. ¿Ok? Entonces para I es do. I do not y el verbo en forma base. I do not, o aquí tengo una contracción don't. I don't have a cat. No tengo un gato. He doesn't have a dog. Ok, aquí tenemos he has, pero aquí tengo he con have. ¿Por qué? Porque tengo un auxiliar presente. Hay que siempre recordar que cuando tengamos el auxiliar do o does, mi verbo va a quedar en forma base. ¿Ok? Entonces, como tengo el auxiliar doesn't, mi verbo lo voy a dejar en forma base. No voy a decir he doesn't has, no. He doesn't have, ¿ok? Mi verbo en forma base y ya lo demás. He doesn't have a dog. Entonces, aquí sería el sujeto, el auxiliar do o does not y el verbo siempre en forma base. Entonces, cuando tengamos negativo, en este lado siempre va a ser have, porque ese es el verbo en forma base. I don't have, you don't have, we don't have, they don't have, he doesn't have, she doesn't have. Y ya lo demás, ¿ok? Y para preguntas sencillas de sí o no, respuesta sí o no, voy a empezar con el auxiliar. Va a ser mi primera palabra dentro de la pregunta. Aquí tengo do porque mi sujeto es you. Y aquí como es he tengo does. Do you have a dog? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Does he have a cat? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Entonces, primero auxiliar, después el sujeto, después el verbo en forma base. Auxiliar do, sujeto you y verbo have en forma base, igual aquí. Auxiliar does, sujeto he y verbo have, ¿ok? Y para respuesta sería primero que digan yes o no, yes, yes, y aquí otra vez no y no. Después voy a decir el sujeto, aquí tengo I, he, y voy a repetir el auxiliar. Si es mi respuesta yes, va a ser el auxiliar do. Si es mi respuesta no, va a ser mi auxiliar don't o doesn't, dependiendo. Como aquí tengo no, I don't, ¿por qué? Porque estamos hablando de I. Y aquí tengo doesn't, ¿por qué? Porque estamos hablando de he. Y para he usamos doesn't. Perfecto. Entonces vayamos de este lado. Ok, aquí ya es un poquito diferente. I have got a dog, he has got a cat, sorry. Ok, aquí no hay tanta diferencia. En el americano de acá tenemos I have a dog y acá I have got a dog. Entonces la única diferencia es que tengo have got. I have got, we have got, they have got, you have got, he has got, she has got. ¿Ok? Entonces el have o el has y al ladito got. Hasta aquí es la única diferencia. Para el negativo, ok, aquí sí varía un poco. Acá usamos auxiliares do y does not. Do not, does not. Aquí no voy a usar auxiliar. Aquí voy a usar el verbo have y not. Entonces sería I have not, we have not, they have not, you have not. O aquí he has not, she has not, o it has not. ¿Ok? Puedo hacer una contracción de have not, haven't, haven't. Puedo decir I have not got a cat o I haven't got a cat. He has not got a dog, he hasn't got a dog. ¿Ok? Entonces aquí no voy a usar auxiliar. Acá por ejemplo tengo he doesn't have a dog. Tengo he y have. ¿Por qué? Porque tengo el auxiliar y el auxiliar hace que mi verbo esté en forma base. Pero aquí no tengo ningún auxiliar. Entonces voy a seguir usando has con he. ¿Ok? Y para preguntas. Acá empezamos las preguntas con el auxiliar do o does. Aquí voy a empezar con el have o el has. Obviamente dependiendo del sujeto. Entonces have, sujeto, got. Has, sujeto, got. Entonces sería have I got, have we got, have they got, have you got, has he got, o has she got. Have you got a dog? ¿Tienes un perro? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Has he got a cat? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Ok, entonces aquí es un poco similar la respuesta corta. Empezamos con el yes o el no. Después el sujeto, en este caso yes I, yes he, no I, no he. Y ya si es la respuesta yes de sí, voy a repetir el have o el has. Pero si es no, va a ser negativo haven't o hasn't. ¿Ok? Entonces piénsenlo así. Aquí es necesario las dos palabras have got. En todas, si se fijan, tenemos have got. En afirmativo, negativo y pregunta. Recuerden que cuando están juntas es porque es afirmativo. Piensen más o menos como un noviazgo. Cuando están juntos y pues sí, juntitos, están felices, están positivos. Es afirmativo, ¿va? Pero a veces dentro de una relación dejamos entrar cierta negatividad y eso nos separa, ¿ok? Como aquí esta negatividad está entre el have y el got. Have not got, has not got, ¿ok? Entonces lo negativo separa el have y el got. O a veces en una relación empezamos a tener dudas, digamos preguntas, y a veces es, o regularmente cuando empezamos a tener dudas o preguntas, en una relación es porque empieza a ver como que terceras personas, digamos sujetos. Entonces aquí estoy separando mi have y got o mi has y got con el sujeto, ¿ok? En la pregunta se separa con sujeto, en negativo con el not y en afirmativo están juntitos, ¿va? Entonces aquí está para que puedan comparar.